If you've never met Chris Casper before, when you hear him speak for the first time, you'll think you have.
Motivation, determination, desire. Like I say, I underachieved as a player, so now this is the time that I've got to, or I believe I've got to start achieving.
Perhaps it's because he reminds you of a sort of composite Manchester United man. The self-belief of Beckham, the purpose of Gary Neville, the gaunt, hungry looks of Keith Gillespie and Ryan Giggs. That's him in this picture in the middle, incidentally, a tall centre half.
That group was very dedicated, very strong-minded, had a big belief in the team and, big self-belief as well. You could always tell that people were going to, progress and do well in there.
He was always that seriousness about him. Studied the game, good tactically as a player, and I think he'll do really well. I think he was destined to be a manager. I really do.
Is there a little bit of Alex Ferguson in you somewhere as well?
Definitely, yeah. I think, don't get me wrong, the qualities that, Sir Alex has got, that, you want to instill them in your team. The discipline, the focus, the attitude, and, the success that he's had over the years has been fantastic.
At the age of 24, his career was cut short by injury while playing for Reading. Now, 6 years later, he has his chance in management, earlier than expected, stepping up from coaching the youth team to picking the first team.
People say if you're good enough that you're young enough. I'm not saying I'm good enough yet, but I've made a start, and you've got to start from somewhere. But
it's a far remove from the glamour and riches which characterise the lives of the teammates who left him behind. How does it make you feel when you see what he's up to in Spain? It's incredible, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is, yeah, but it's probably about 695 grand, not 770 grand or whatever it is, I think.
A million miles from Madrid, Chris Casper is off to Chester to try and sniff out 3 points for his struggling side. His old fella Frank managed Burnley in the late 80s, so he knows how to command the dugout. He knows what he's about, and so too, it seems, does his team. 10 minutes played, and after a bright start, Bury mount their first meaningful attack. Dwayne Mattis stabs it in. Bury held their shape. They always looked likely to get a second. Dave Challoner nearly got it. But 1-0 at half-time is a decent scoreline.
Nice job half done, we need to go again. Get back to the standard we've just, set in the first half, and, hopefully we'll get the result.
Chester had Keith Curle's team talk still ringing in their ears. Justin Walker's shot, David Buchanan saved the day. The game seemed to run out of steam on both sides. But then with 12 minutes remaining, Michael Branch broke through and all hell broke loose. A clear enough penalty. Ryan Lowe faced down Neil Edwards and won the battle. 1-1 now, but time enough for either side to grab a winner. Chester could have, but Ben Davis' header went wide. They finished the game the stronger. Bury limped over the line.
It's another point and another match unbeaten, and that has got to be a good result, hasn't it?
It is, yeah. But we've got to start believing ourselves a little bit more. The game was there to be taken. And we get to 1-0, and instead of settling for 1-0, and we should be pushing on and trying to win 2 and 3.
It's a long way back to Old Trafford, but Casper might just be making his first tentative steps.